Today's episode is brought to you by JerkSwag.
When you need legal representation, it's imperative to find a firm that's competent, expedient, and affordable. And when you hire the attorneys at Hard and Long and Thick, you're getting 2 out of the 3. We specialize in personal injury cases, public indecency, slip and falls, littering, and many more. We'll help with any case, no matter how small, no matter how stiff the fines. We'll work out a payment plan. After all, we're not pro bono, but we are happy to see you. Let our team review your briefs and get on top of your motions. Hard and Long and Thick, we handle the hard ones. Our dynamic trio of sports enthusiasts and longtime friends bring you the latest sports news, heated debates, and offbeat stories from the wide world of sports. Whether you're a diehard fan or just enjoy a good laugh, we've got you covered. Are your balls out?
Suck it, jabroni.
Hey, are you ready? Are you done fucking around?
Hey. Yo.
I do not have peanut butter on my list here.
Oh, my goodness. That's ridiculous.
You're listening to the Balls Out Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Ala, Crispy, and Jonas Mount.
Sheesh.
Welcome into the Balls Out Sports Podcast. Ala's still drinking coffee. I am Jonas Mount. Crispy joining us from Greenville, South Carolina.
What's good, fam?
He's got his Florida State on right about now. We got the fellas on the other side of the camera. Everybody is in the house this week. This is a fascinating first.
Whoa.
I mean, it really is.
It's a lot of F's.
It is, but you got to love it.
Fascinating.
Firsts.
Caroline, yo, you got only draws on today?
Here we go.
Come on, dog.
Why
every
do we,
yo,
oh,
every week somebody don't got no draws on.
You know what bothers me is you're the first person to notice it.
Hey.
That's the problem. That's a huge
balls
problem.
inspector.
Right.
The what factor?
Because balls is supposed to be out.
Ala is the balls inspector, making sure everyone is playing regulation balls out.
Oh, my. Bing bong. Here we go. All right. It's a true story. I know. You were the first person to know. Last week, Coco, who is with us this evening, didn't have draws on last week.
And now he ain't got no shoes on.
Now he's
and no
got no
socks.
shoes on. Yep, no socks. Now
What
he's going
is-
spread eagle.
What is going on over there?
One of these, you know what? Actually, I had this conversation with a couple of people recently. In fact, Zach and I were talking about this. It is actually a good idea, and I hate to put you on the spot for this, but eventually you need to be here. Like eventually, like once every so often to be here and do the podcast in studio would actually be kind of cool.
Well, what about y'all coming up here, though?
Oh, that's a long ride. I don't go past an hour.
Oh, gotcha. It's a long ride now.
It's too long for you to go up there.
No, somebody else got to drive because I'm going to sleep.
Well, I mean, I'll drive.
Hey,
Oh, all right.
I'm
hey,
the
I got
driving
us
fool.
a nice little studio right here. We could make something happen.
He does
And I
have
got
the whole setup.
room and board for
He's got the whole
everyone.
setup.
I
So
don't know.
He's got the whole setup.
Don't put me in no studio
I just don't have.
because some stuff is going down.
That's another show. I'm sorry I stole that from you, but I had to do it.
Yeah.
I just realized this was coming because, usually
Should've
within
known.
the first 5 minutes of the show, we got about 3 or 4 cases of absolutely just redonkulousness coming from this side over here. Just want to give a quick shout out to the fellas on the other side of the camera. We've got Christian, of course, the aforementioned Coco. We got Zach in the house, and we've also got Cal with us as well, who apparently is only wearing, what is he wearing? What
No
did you say?
draws. He's wearing only draws today, actually.
Only draws,
No
not
shorts.
no draws. No shorts, just draws.
No shorts. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No
So-
socks, just
There was-
shorts.
There was probably an accident
I won't go there.
somewhere
I'm sorry.
throughout today.
That's a very good possibility. Yes, that is a good possibility. I mean, Cal just got back from the other side on the left coast. So, yeah, he was over there for a few days. So hopefully he enjoyed himself. But who knows? Maybe that's why he ain't got no draws on or only has draws on. Not really sure.
Persuasion,
Stand by.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good
If
time.
You know, you know.
It's a good time. I do appreciate some of the footage. We do enjoy that, but that also is another show. Yes, Crispy.
That definitely is a show.
Just Dolphins just scored again.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Just know that.
wow. Good thing there's no Denver Broncos fans in this room. Seriously, I mean, I think they
No.
would have not shown up for this particular podcast had that been the case. So,
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, so a lot to talk about. It's been a wild week for sure when it comes to football in general, both in the collegiate ranks, of course, and the NFL. We'll talk a lot about that going on throughout the rest of the evening. I just want to give a huge shout out as well to the Golf House. I was actually fortunate enough today to have played a little golf with the owner of the Golf House. Shout out to Bob. It was a lot of fun. Had a good time. He's a great golfer, and we had a good time. We actually filmed some footage. There's going to be some content on the Jonas Mount Golf YouTube spot, so I want to go ahead and mention that now to you as well. And, of course, as we were out there, we're also talking about Balls Out while we're out there on the golf course. So we're trying to talk about some stuff, cross promote, little conversations here and there. So
I didn't know any of that.
I was a big golfer.
Well, you were working, so you wouldn't have known.
I'll be slinging that stuff, guys, if you ain't know that.
Well, I can't wait till we all get together to play some golf. I'm super
not
excited.
a golf.
I know. I'm excited to play golf with
right.
you guys.
He hasn't been able to play golf.
Oh,
Yeah.
the injury.
He won't
You're
be
right.
able to play
My
golf until, the first of the year by the looks of things? Or did you get word from the doctor?
I was on the IR for a little while. I did get clearance. He did actually give me clearance to start swinging. So,
Okay.
coincidentally enough, Thursday, me and my son were going to hit the range and see what that looks like. Because it wasn't great to begin with.
Right. But take it easy.
I might be better than him.
Yeah.
then.
Don't want to end up back on the IR again. So for those of you that don't know, Crispy has unfortunately in the last couple of years torn both biceps. So
Because he's old.
yeah, well, and
It's getting to that time frame.
You know
for
what's
sure.
really weird about that too is that he tore his bicep. And I found out about it because he had torn I think it was the left one first, right?
That was the right
A couple
one
years.
first.
Oh, the right one first, a couple years ago, and then tore the left one recently. So after he did that, I remember I was lifting some stuff, carrying some stuff around the house that wife asked me to work with, and I'm lifting, and right when I did, I remember feeling, I don't know if it was sort of like sympathy pain or concern or whatever the case may be, but I'm lifting something up, and I felt this twinge in the crease of my arm, and I was like, let me put this down for a second. I am not trying to tear a bicep. I am not trying to do this because, yes, we are getting older, and yes, you're more susceptible to this kind of thing as you get older.
How long ago was that?
What?
That you were lifting the box?
Well, it was right after you tore your biceps, so this has been a couple months ago.
Old, guys.
Yeah, that's
old.
true. So, just real quick, some clarification. I don't want anyone calling us out later. I tore the bicep tendon. So, in case we get some technical people out there, it's the bicep tendon that I tore.
We'll appreciate the clarity, but we don't really give a shit. So,
Yeah.
not what you're saying, but if everybody else is going to get all anal about it, I don't really care.
Whoa.
Well, I just want to hear them be like,
yo.
"Wow, he recovered in 2 months. That's incredible," kind of thing. So it's a quicker recovery for the
Guys,
tendon tear.
True, but I did
Guys.
say it was a couple of months ago. How long has it been total since it happened?
Coming up on 3 months since it
Okay.
actually surgery.
Okay.
Don't
So
be
about
anal.
4 months of tear.
Don't be anal.
Yeah, don't be anal, guys.
Right.
No anal.
No anal.
Different show.
Different
show.
Sorry.
Speaking of show, we got quite a few topics we want to get through this evening. Talking, obviously, the NFL, week 3, like, just nuts. Like, absolutely crazy scores, crazy happenings in the NFL. I mean, just absolutely crazy stuff. We saw what Miami did to the Denver Broncos. We're going to talk about that here in a little while as well.
Hold up. They scored again.
Damn.
Yeah.
We'll keep getting updates. Zach, if you'd be so kind, let us know when they do score again, because more than likely it's probably not going to be another
pick six.
Pick six?
Yeah, they scored again.
Damn. All right. Well, we figure that at least at this rate right now that the Dolphins are scoring at a rate of about every 6 or 7 minutes. So make sure you got a timer. Make sure you let us know
Sounds right.
when that absolutely happens. So a lot to get to this evening. We will be talking about Taylor Swift, much to the chagrin of Crispy
T-Swifty.
in Greenville. As you can probably see, for those of you who are viewing us on YouTube, Crispy right now is sort of like wiping his brow, shaking his head. Doesn't really want to have this conversation. For those of you who, of course, cannot see us and you're listening to us via the podcast, the expressions are priceless. Really doesn't want to have this conversation. But the reality is that Taylor Swift is, without a doubt, the biggest name in the world right now. Like, there really isn't any doubt about that.
She's in my library.
She's in your library?
Yeah, in my
Music library?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Me
I
and
just
my-
wanted to clarify that.
Me and
really
my
quickly.
daughter goes down to some T-Swift. in the car.
Okay. All right. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge Taylor Swift fan. Look, I respect the hustle. Like, I respect the popularity. I respect the fact that right now Taylor Swift is owning the world. The tour, the amount of money that she's made, everything that's happened right now. I mean, when tickets go on sale, it's like done, sold.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's
There's
just
people
ridiculous.
gone 2 or 3 times that I know.
Yeah, okay, that's just overkill.
Oh,
Why?
they big
Why?
T-Swizzle fans.
Why? You should go to a concert more than one time. I've been to see
Yeah.
Beyonce twice.
What, within the same tour?
I would.
No, I'm asking. You said
Allah,
you've seen
who'd
it
you
twice.
see
Was it
twice?
within the same tour?
Hey, Beyonce, I love you. Even though your hoes, misses and all. Don't take that the wrong way. She's never going to listen to this, so it's okay.
You're still
who did I
avoiding the
see?
question.
I'm trying to remember. No, I went to see her on 2 separate tours.
Okay, that's
I
just
saw
what I'm talking about.
the Beyonce tour, and then she was on the On the Run 2 tour
Okay.
when they were up at Williams-Brice.
Oh, word.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
Did you have good seats, or were you in the nosebleeds?
Oh, we had some good seats.
Okay.
Right on the side.
Them
And
good
they
seats.
stage like came out.
Okay.
So like they can walk like a runway.
Yeah.
And then had all the LED boards behind them. That was a really good setup.
I mean,
She's one of the greatest performers ever.
and very easy on the eyes. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, seriously.
I wasn't staring. Hove was next to her. I was staring
Hold
at
on,
Hove.
No, you weren't.
Are we talking about Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
Whoa, what? Excuse me?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
He said Beyonce.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
Beyonce?
He did say
Beyonce?
Beyonce.
You got to say the proper name.
Yes.
You address
Beyonce?
Queen Bee correctly.
I thought the Y was silent.
No. There's a hyphen over E2, by the way.
I thought the Y was silent. Oh, God.
Taylor Swift, baby.
Beyonce.
T Swift.
Bounce.
T-Swizzle.
I love T Swift.
T-Swizzle and Travis Kelce, all-pro tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
He like
an
him. He like
item.
him, yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's really good.
All right.
I liked it.
I'm sure you did.
I love it.
Apparently, Travis Kelce likes it.
Oh, he
Too
likes
soon.
He likes more than that.
There are a lot of people that I know, and we won't get into this yet, but there are people that I know who are Kansas City Chiefs fans that are outraged by this whole thing. Like, outraged by the fact that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are together. The concerns are is this will take him away from his football and the Kansas City Chiefs and their successes, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, like, people are not happy whatsoever. And as we are speaking right now, Cal is getting
Really
very
close.
comfortable
Next to Coco.
next to Coco. They're about to start spooning. Cal is and there it is.
Hold on a second.
Whoa!
Somebody please take a picture.
now.
Come
Hey, do we
on.
have a different camera view? Because
Hey,
now I
now.
can see some of this.
I know.
What's going on?
It's ridiculous right now. Cal is in his
Sleeping
bag.
bag that he got from when he was under the bridge last week.
he
He brought it back.
brought it back from Cali. Cal brought it back from Cali.
He brought
That's a
some
different
good stuff
show.
back from Cali.
That's a different show. He is in his sleeping bag right now. So Cal got us ready to go. We're golden, and now he's going to take him a little nappy nap.
I guess.
Sweet.
All right. So let's get into a few things right now. Some college football first. I'd love to talk about this. Oregon over Colorado. Now, that particular game, of course, wasn't anything that anybody was surprised about. Not really. Shouldn't have been at the end of the day. But here's my question, though, and it's a very simple one. Is the Cinderella story over for Colorado at this point? I mean, considering who they've got to play next, what are we looking at with this Cinderella story for Colorado getting absolutely shellacked at Oregon? It wasn't even close. And so
They got mollywopped.
they got that. That's my word. You know, I
like
love,
the Giants did 40-0.
wow. We're
Sorry.
still, are we
I'm
still
sorry.
on that?
I'm sorry. That
Hold
slipped
on
out.
a second.
I
Am
mean-
still all of the 1 and 2 Jets? No.
Hey, we got the same record. But
You can't
technically,
talk-
technically they're better than us because they beat the Cardinals and the Cardinals beat the Cowboys and the Cowboys beat us. So I don't know. I guess they're better than us.
But the Cowboys beat them.
2 carried it 4. Minus 1.
I'll
Yeah.
take Colorado over the Jets right now. Sure.
Colorado
Is that what
over-
we're talking about?
He's wild. Whoa. Hey. Okay.
that what-
All right.
You just morphed like the Jets into Colorado conversation.
Yeah.
Time
I
out.
was
Time
making
out.
sure
Time
here.
out. The Dolphins just scored again.
No, there it is. The Dolphins have just scored again.
Commercial break right now.
And they still managed to score.
Yeah.
I am not great at math, but even all that confused the hell out of me. So
listen, you got to understand it from the Giants' point of view, right?
Why are we talking about the Giants right now?
Because I got to tell you what happened.
All
you
right,
talked
man.
about my team losing.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yep.
So
I'm just going to
the Giants lost to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys beat the Giants initially, right? 40-0.
Right.
Wake up.
Okay.
You old. I know you fell asleep. Narcoleptic. The Cowboys beat the Giants, and the Giants beat the Cardinals, who beat the Cowboys, and the Cowboys beat the Jets. So then technically the Giants are better than them.
Then who?
Than the Jets.
Okay. I just needed a little help on that one. I mean, we just went around.
And they better than the Cowboys too, technically.
Oh.
The Giants, because they beat the Cardinals, and the Cardinals beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, but they lost to the Cowboys.
Right. That's why they're better than them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Catch up.
You know, no, that's not working for me.
Yeah, watch this reel. It's going to be one versus this one over that one minus that one plus that one equals not this Cam down here because they just scored again over there.
I was not good at algebra, so you're really confusing me right now.
I went to class, okay?
I mean, so did I.
Even though I was an athlete. Remember, I played for the Jets, by the way.
Right. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, we know you did.
Yeah, thanks.
So at the beginning of that, before the game, Colorado's on the field at Oregon. We know everything that they were doing. We've seen some of the footage. They're out there, and they're walking around on Oregon's logo. They're actually scraping their shoes on the logo.
Hey, sometimes you got to do it.
Not smart.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Well, sometimes you got to do it, and then sometimes you got to get knocked down a peg or two. Hey. You got to get humbled, and that's exactly what happened to Colorado.
True.
For sure. Yeah.
First
large piece of humble pie.
Yeah.
How old is Bo Nix?
He's 38.
Well, then I guess he should go to the Jets then. Like, that just seems to make the most sense because apparently everybody over the age of 35 should be playing for the Jets.
Well, first of all, Matt Ryan said he doesn't want to play for us.
Matt Ryan has officially said no.
He said, you know what? I kind of like it up here.
Yeah.
I get to put suits on and watch the game.
Yep.
No more Micah Parsons chasing me.
Not getting beaten up.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
I would not disagree with that.
Dog.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want his old ass anyway.
Well, I know. I mean, but
he's an old man. He's 40.
You need somebody. Well, you in dire straits.
I don't watch football.
I don't think you do.
Nope.
Well, you ain't going to be watching basketball this year either. So.
Oh, whoa.
Why do we got to?
Oh.
Them's is fighting words, first
wow.
of all.
Well, hey, we know what the Knicks are going to do.
Knicks, baby.
The Knicks are going to nick.
Brooklyn,
the
baby.
Knicks are going to be the Knicks.
How do y'all know that? Not the Brooklyn Nets. Like Brooklyn, like the borough.
Are you a Brooklyn fan?
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay. But a Knicks fan?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got the right team.
You just want to clarify.
What are we clarifying?
We're
better than the Heat.
All right, so Colorado has...
Yeah, let's move on from there.
USC coming up this week.
Yeah, they really...
Whoa. Why we just gloss that over? We are better than the Heat.
I'm helping you.
We are better
I'm really helping you.
I'm not talking about of all time.
Gloss over this.
We're not talking all time. We're talking about, like, currently. We are better than the Heat.
Hey, in 36 days, we're going to have plenty of conversations.
We are better than the Heat. We have probably one of the best point guards in the league. Jalen Brunson is a dog.
Okay.
You're crazy. We're definitely better than the Hawks.
I never said anything about that.
Okay, I just wanted to say
We're not going to talk about the Hawks.
Who was representing the East in the finals last year?
It was, I don't know. I don't watch basketball.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But right now, the Knicks are better than the Heat. Okay.
Knicks, baby.
Gotcha.
Because the Jets ain't shit.
All right. Well, that's probably fair.
Zach Wilson.
Neither are the Mets, but that's okay. So what's next for Colorado? So Colorado now plays Southern Cal.
The real USC.
Number
real
8
USC.
Southern Cal.
The real USC.
And Caleb Williams, obviously, the defending Heisman Trophy winner, looking an awful lot like he's likely to defend that title.
And he's in every Wendy's commercial I've ever seen in the history of life.
He is. Is it going to be much different for Colorado this week than it was against Oregon? Will it be worse?
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, it could be
the Dolphins
worse.
just scored again?
Just scored.
And that's what's going to happen?
No, actually, we just have a fumble recovery.
No, I hope not. I hope Colorado shows up this game. It will be a really good matchup. But I don't know.
Nah, this is going to be
again.
Yeah, this is going to be another
This is a tough stretch. This is a tough stretch for them.
It's a home game for them, though. So they have that for them, right?
Oh, here we go again.
There's the audio.
Every week, man.
Crispy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. All right, good. Now we can hear you as well. Fantastic.
All
right. So what were you saying?
I was on a little audio delay there. Sorry. No, that was just making fun of that one. That was just an impromptu one. So USC, this is not going to go well by any means. Caleb Williams, this dude's the real deal, man. I think Chicago sees their next quarterback in the future right there. So, yeah, I think Chicago's going to have to draft another quarterback.
Well, apparently, Justin Fields may actually end up. Justin Fields may actually end up with the Jets.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
You saw that trade proposal I sent over?
I don't want that piece of doo-doo.
I did.
I already got Trash Wilson.
Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you get rid of Zach Williams at that point.
Damn, they don't even know his name.
They don't know his name. I do. Would you?
Because he like
He's
MILFs.
trash.
But he like MILFs, though.
He does like MILFs.
And I like MILFs, too.
Did I call him by the wrong name?
Zach
Wilson.
Yeah, there you go.
Zach Wilson, excuse me.
He
Sorry
must
to
be on one,
disrespect
too.
your quarterback, Hala.
Oh, that's not my quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Hey, Aaron, I seen you on Pat. Come on.
No,
over,
Aaron's
man.
a coach from home.
We love you, baby. Yo, he got the most comfy setup. You see, like, he's propped up on a
Oh,
pillow. Yeah. He just shaved, and it's back again.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Yeah.
He had the cocoa.
No, he shaved
He had the
yesterday.
cocoa stash. And then it's like everything grew back. Well, that's what it must be to be able to grow a beard.
Yeah. Some of us are more capable than others.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How do y'all think Prime has handled that loss?
The only way Prime knows how to. I mean, at the end of the game, he's at the podium, and he's like, hey, kudos to them. They're a great team.
He said we
played better
needed
than we
that
did.
butt whooping. That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, they played better than we did. They executed. We didn't. Period. End of story. I mean, that's just, I mean, what else is he going to do at this point? I mean, you love Prime for the things that he says. You know, he's going to give you sound bites. He's the kind of guy that's just, it's going to, like, he keeps that wheel turning, right? Like, he's always the guy that's getting your attention.
I love
the
it.
sound bites are unbelievable. Like, he's that guy. But at the same time, he's no dummy. He realizes that they didn't play particularly well. Talent-wise, at the end of the day, they're just not as good as Oregon. Like, that's just reality. They're not
Does
as
Hunter make
talented
a
as a
big
lot of
difference in
other
that
teams.
game?
What's that?
Does Hunter make a big difference if he plays in that game?
Probably.
A big difference?
Probably.
No.
He's probably one of the best players in the country.
Right, but that doesn't, they're still losing by 20-some-odd
You
points.
never know. He might catch a pick, run it back, turn the tide, catch a screen, take it to the house, catch another pick, run it back.
The problem is, as good as he is, you know, and obviously Deion's kid, like, you know,
Which one?
He's nice.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about the quarterback, obviously.
Oh, that's rude.
But he's got talent. Hunter's talented, but it just don't. I mean, from top to bottom, they're not going to compete with the likes of Oregon. They're not going to compete with the likes of USC. This is just reality here. Like, will they get better? Sure. If he stays at Colorado, will they continue to recruit well? Absolutely. Can I see them competing for that, you know, Can I see them competing with those teams? And,
I thought you was about to say whatever conference they're in.
Yeah, I don't even.
The Pac 16.
Pac whatever.
Yeah, whatever they
Just
on
pick an arbitrary number.
Yeah.
Can they compete in a couple of seasons? Absolutely. Right now,
they-
absolutely not.
Could they beat Stanford,
Probably.
That's a good possibility.
UCLA, Arizona?
I
They got
don't-
some more wins on the table?
I don't think they can beat UCLA.
Why not? You think Chip Kelly's that good?
It always comes down to talent. I don't think they have the same amount of talent that UCLA has.
But they will when that top 5 recruiting class comes in next year.
Which was exactly my point about
Yeah,
30
no, I
seconds
get it.
ago. So, I mean, we need another year or two. This isn't a team right now that I think can compete with USC, UCLA, Oregon, and several other teams in that division.
How far do they fall? They
Out
lost
of the
to-
top 25. They got to be out of the top 25.
What they were 18, right? When
Somewhere
the loss
in there.
happened,
They probably won't do that.
probably 22,
It's probably going to be right on the cusp.
24. something like
Yeah,
that.
somewhere around there, 24, 25. And
I'm going to look at
then-
the top 25 and see who lost.
I know who need to be out of it. Alabama.
Oh.
Because they are trash.
Yeah, that's another team. Well, for similar reasons, it's another case of, you're not going to get rid of Alabama that easily, right? And let's just say Colorado falls to 24-25. You're going to keep them in the top 25 for right now because it makes more sense to do so going into this game against USC.
And then if they lose, you drop them out.
Absolutely, you do. But going into the game against USC, you want them to stay ranked. This is where politics plays.
Yep.
Absolutely, it does. They absolutely have to stay ranked for this particular game. That's just the way college football works, right?
Because they get paid.
Rankings are already out. They're not ranked anymore. They were 19. They dropped out.
Oh, they did drop out already. Okay.
That's some malarkey.
Called it.
Malarkey.
I mean, it does make sense. I mean,
Give myself a treat.
Without having... Is that a Scooby snack?
Oh, clip it up.
Crispy's got Scooby Scooby snacks.
Kids, don't do drugs.
They bad for you.
I got cotton mouth. I need something to drink.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What is it? How many games you have to be bowl eligible? Is it 6 games?
I think it's 7, right?
6.
Is it 6?
6 wins.
Well,
Ooh, if
What's their
Colorado
schedule?
could
Give me
get
their
just
schedule real
squeeze
quick.
out 6 wins here, get
They
bowl
could.
eligible,
I think they
and
could.
possibly make a bowl game, that is a huge success year 1 for Prime in Colorado.
Do me a favor real quick. You have Colorado's schedule in front of you?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I do. Hold up. I got it.
Who's got it?
Hold on.
no, I
My
got it.
2011 MacBook Airs.
Yeah.
It's getting there,
All right,
guys.
let's go to Zach.
So,
Zach's got
no,
the schedule in front of him. right
USC next. USC is number 8.
Let's go to
Jesus
Zach.
Christ.
now. Zach, give me the schedule right quick.
USC, then Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah. They have
They gonna run
4
the table.
ranked opponents.
They gonna run the table.
That's tough sledding. That's tough sledding right
Utah is terrible. I don't know how they keep going higher. Because they don't even have their starting quarterback.
They just beat UCLA.
UCLA is
They were 22, and you guys were just saying that they're pretty good.
no, UCLA is not ranked currently.
there. No, let me clarify.
I know.
Let me clarify. I said that I don't think that Colorado has the same amount of talent as the aforementioned teams. Therefore, I don't think that Colorado can beat UCLA. Colorado's definitely not even in the same league as USC, and we'll find that out this coming weekend.
No.
I think there's a chance at 6 wins there. Oregon State, they got Arizona State on the schedule as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, just, Arizona State.
And Arizona State. Look, I think they can probably get 6. I don't think they'll get any more than that. It's not going to be easy, man. Like, this is going to be tough.
But hey, 1 win last year. To get to 6 wins and a bowl game in the first year, and then have a better recruiting class next year.
And we know that's coming.
You never know.
Yeah. I think there's a lot. They've got a lot going for them in the future, but unfortunately for them in back-to-back weeks, this is looking like a Colorado team that they've been knocked down a peg or two. They had their moment in the sun. That Cinderella story was there. Everybody was paying attention. Deion Sanders is certainly not helping or certainly not hurting you when it comes to promoting your team, your players, the organization, the school, everything. And it's great. It's a great thing for Colorado. But he's going to have to continue to be the mastermind of the media while they go through some bumps in the road, which they're going to continue to find throughout the rest of the season, including this coming weekend.
So we just talked about the Dolphins scoring another touchdown,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Prom just got another $1 million in his account with those shades.
Oh, with the shades?
He made like $1.25 million off of shade sales after he put that. Well, he was on the Pat show.
Yeah.
Oh, he just
Cleaned
made another.
house.
He just made another $1 million.
Yeah, it's
He's paid.
yeah, he's not hurting.
He's the GOAT, man.
Yeah, I mean, well,
He's the GOAT.
he definitely is in that
corner-wise.
position. He
Corner-wise.
definitely is. I mean, he
Go.
could have been the kind of guy that could have wrestled because he's just got such an ability with the mic.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
he cuts promos. He can cut a promo.
absolutely cut a promo, no question.
He can hit a baseball. He can
Yep.
He can run the bases.
Oh, you did hear him say in the interview this past weekend, right? When they were all asking him, like, of all the things you've ever done, what's the hardest thing to do? And Shannon Sharp wouldn't believe in it, and that's typical of Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp's an idiot. But,
whoa. Not Unc Shay Shay.
oh,
You ain't going to
yeah,
do that.
Not a fan. Not a
You ain't
fan.
gonna do
Never
that to
have been.
Unc.
Crispy knows I am not a Sterling, I love him.
Oh,
Shannon,
I know. I
can't
wonder
stand him.
why.
What?
I don't know. One of the greatest tight ends of all time. Why do you don't like him?
I just don't like him. I don't like it when he talks. I don't like the things that he says.
Hold on. Who's that famous Jiffy doing?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a Shannon
How
Sharp
is it
fan.
with him
Never
and
have been.
Stephen A?
It's
I
good.
have not seen an episode with the two of them.
I won't.
It is good. Why?
Probably not. It's probably not.
Oh, I know why.
I'm not a Stephen
I
A
just
fan either.
don't know if that can be.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I was trying to check the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, keep
I was
on.
reading my
Just keep it
Roman
up.
numerals. I was
Keep it
reading
up.
my Roman
Yeah,
numerals.
keep it
over
up.
there.
Keep it up.
What the time is.
Keep it up.
Look, 4 minus the 6 plus the 7.
Yeah, you literally have to get it tattooed on your arm in order to be able to do math.
I had to remember it.
Yeah. All right. So Ohio State, Notre Dame. This was a game that Allah was like, boring. But it was a matchup of two top 10 teams.
Nobody was throwing Rolexes up after they won the game. That's what I like watching Colorado. Because if they lose, somebody going to put a Rolex on. If they win, somebody going to put a Rolex on. And have fronts.
So they're going to act like they won when they didn't. Okay, I'm not getting into that with you right now. Ohio State, Notre Dame. So at the end of this game, Ohio State pulls it out, right? This is an absolutely crazy ending to a game. We haven't seen this in a very long time. So first of all, they weren't even sure if he'd actually gotten in, right? If they weren't sure that he got across the plane, was the knee down before he crossed. That, again, semantics at this point doesn't really matter.
They only had 10 players on the field.
Right. So
For two plays.
So in reality, they actually deserved it, right? If that's the case.
Exactly.
But what a crazy ending to the game. I will say this. With about 4 minutes, little over 4 minutes left in the game, when Notre Dame stopped Ohio State, when Ohio State had gone forward on 4th down, and Notre Dame stopped them, I had this conversation with an Ohio State fan that we mutually know, and I told him in that instant, I said, you know what? At that moment, it appeared that Notre Dame thought they had it in the bag. The way they celebrated that stop made it seem like, oh, we got him. We're getting the ball back. Game over. And that was inexperience and a lack of leadership. Try to keep them in check in that particular moment, because 4 minutes in a football game is an eternity. Like, that's a long time.
You ain't got to tell me. I seen it with the Jets.
Yeah.
Dolphins can score 35 points in that time.
You know what? That's probably the most accurate statement of the evening so far. So
They just scored again.
was this, but this Ohio State Notre Dame game, was this a good win for Ohio State or a bad loss for Notre Dame?
You asking me?
I'm asking whoever wants to
Oh,
answer
because
the
I
question.
wasn't going to. I ain't watch it. So.
Yes, you
This-
told me you
for-
watched
for-
it.
I did,
For
but it
me,
was boring.
This was
Sorry.
This was an incredibly bad loss for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, for the last couple of years, cannot get over this hump of winning these big primetime games when they finally get them. They've been in last couple of years, and they just can't get the W's. And until they can, they're not going to be the legit national title contenders, in my opinion. So I think this is more of a bad loss for Notre Dame because of the magnitude. It's, your next door neighbor, if you will. They don't play that often, and it was a really bad loss. Like you said, Nasty. They had the ball back with 4 minutes. Let's put something together here. Just run this clock. I didn't get to watch it, but let's just kill this clock. Let's run it down. I don't know what transpired, but when I finally did get to see the end of it, that first down throw that they got when they got down there on the 1 yard line, I was like, how can you allow that to happen in this moment? It was just a really disappointing loss for Notre Dame, in my opinion.
Is there such thing as a bad win, though, at the same time? And no win is a bad win. I think that's probably the easiest answer. But with Ohio State, we know what the expectations are for this team every single year, right? We know that Ohio State's typically a top 5 team. We know that they're consistently at the top of the Big Ten every single year.
Because they don't play nobody. That's why.
Well, that's not
They
entirely
play
true.
somebody, and I think that's all that matters to Ohio State. National titles, yes, of course. That's everyone's big goal.
Sure.
It's Michigan, Ohio State. That's all that matters.
That's it. But, Michigan, besides the past couple years, have been
Yeah, it's been a one-sided affair.
Exactly.
It has been a one-sided affair.
Hey,
but-
Michigan's got the last 2.
Yeah, and you also see, look, it's weird because you get the ebbs and flows of the Big Ten, and I've been watching Big Ten football for a very, very long time, and you get Ohio State, Michigan, which is typical, right? And usually they're both good, even though Ohio State, it was definitely a one-sided affair for a long time, and that's why Michigan coaches often get fired because if you know when you play in those big rivalry games, if you can't win that, you can beat everybody else. You can beat everybody else in that division. Like Michigan could go, or Ohio State. Let's pick either one of those 2 teams. They could go and win every game, every single year. But if they lose to their rival consistently every single year, you will get fired. Like that absolutely happens in college football, and that's the way it's always been.
Unless you're a Michigan man, and then you don't get fired.
No, that's not entirely true.
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I don't watch them.
Well, okay.
Yeah, Harbaugh was on the hot. I think Harbaugh was on
trash.
that hot seat about 3 years ago.
Hate college football.
Well, and that's why he won. I mean, he won the last couple, so obviously his job is secure here for a little while. But it's weird when I think about the Big Ten as well. I think about how you have these teams who, besides Ohio State and Michigan, that do well and find themselves ranked, and then when they fall, another couple of teams will come up, and so you've got Wisconsin, who several years ago
typically
they were consistently good. Like this was a team that was always in the top 25. They'd give somebody fits, and then they kind of drop off, and you're not really hearing much of them. They're not the team they were. Michigan State for a good portion of time was definitely doing their part in the Big Ten, and then
what
beating
about them?
Michigan.
Throw some respect on my Nittany Lions.
See, I knew he was coming.
Hey,
Well, I knew that was
let's
coming.
go.
I knew that was coming, but nobody cares either.
Well,
all right.
Here's my
Because
point.
they're trash too.
Ranked number 7 in the country.
And
Let's go. And they just
who,
had.
who did they play this year? See, that's the problem. You
Who did they
gotta
play this year? Do
be
you know?
able to play some teams, which is why the SEC has been king, because they all play each other, and they're all good.
But they don't always play each other. They just played Iowa.
The fair amount, right? You have LSU has been good lately.
When's the last time Georgia played LSU?
Yeah, but they always are strong because of that conference that you recruit in, and because of the SEC, which has been king. The other conferences, when they do have a team that makes it up there, like Penn State or Ohio State, which has been lately in the playoff, they'll go there and they'll get shown up. Who showed up lately outside the SEC?
Right.
No one.
Well, I mean, you've got
Then you throw TCU in there, and they're not in that conference. But when TCU makes it up there, right? Because they'll sneak in, they'll get blown out.
Well, here's one of the things you're starting to see now, too, when it comes to you mentioned, like when we talk about the ACC, right? You talk about that conference real quick. You're seeing a shift, a power shift a little bit,
Clemson
right?
is trash.
So it was Clemson. They were definitely at the top there for a while, and then they're starting to slide. Now you're starting to see the Florida teams move their way back up again, because you saw Florida State and Miami struggled for a long time. So they're starting to work. They're starting to work their way back up again.
W's too?
I mean, Florida State didn't do themselves a lot of favors in the eyes of many by the way that this last game went with Clemson, because for all intents and purposes, the way Clemson's played this year, it should not have been that close, in my humble opinion. I think I think that game was closer than it should have been from the standpoint of Florida State, but they still managed to win, right? They managed to figure that out.
A win's a win.
A win is a win is a win. So you're starting to see a little bit of a shift in power when it comes to the ACC as well. You saw
Miami's
North
good.
Carolina do well last year. Miami's back on the rise. Well, again, it's a wait-and-see approach, though, because Miami, a lot of times the last couple seasons, you kind of got the impression that maybe they were starting to find themselves, and then Miami's, right? And so it's a wait-and-see approach.
Shout out my man Zach.
But we'll see. They're definitely looking better right now. Back to my point of the Big Ten really quickly. Before I was so rudely interrupted, because I hadn't quite gotten – I was getting to the rest of the Big Ten.
Who this up?
No, I was actually going to have a conversation about the Nittany Lions, but at this point, I just don't know that it's really
because all you're going to do
relevant.
is say,
Well, I mean, I was
went to school at.
I was getting there, and then all of a sudden, turn the mic on. And it's like,
Right. We ain't even give him authorization to put the mic on.
Well-
Christian, turn his mic off. Thank you.
I don't need you. I don't need your authorization.
Oh, because you got a button. Where's my buttons?
I think Zach's in charge of those big
Re-
buttons.
reel it up. I need
maybe
buttons
mute
right here.
that
Just
one.
put some buttons right here. Oh, sorry, that's the crispy can because he's under the table.
Right there.
I just
Yeah.
Let him put the button. I can put buttons right here. Push, like, subscribe,
Comment.
follow, wherever the bell notification thingy is. Hit that thing too, and then OnlyFans coming soon, guys.
Okay.
Sorry,
Crispy?
That's another
That's
show.
your cue usually.
That's another show.
There we go. All right. So we were going to
That's a
have
different book.
I was going to make some comments about Penn State because, as I mentioned before, you're talking. This is what I was going to get to, Zach. Just so you understand, just so you know.
I'm gonna take this one out.
Want to make sure that we, we're on the same page here. You're starting to see a shift again, even in that conference, right? So Wisconsin, nowhere to be found. Other teams, Michigan State, God, didn't they just get absolutely beat down this past weekend?
And they just got
Who's
yes, they just got
Wisconsin's head coach?
Jim Leonard.
Is it Matt Rule, the one that was with the Panthers?
I thought it was Leonard.
No.
No, where is
Matt
Rule?
Rules with Nebraska.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
Leonard.
Nebraska.
He
excuse
used
me.
to play safety for the Jets. That's how I know.
I mean,
He's the head coach. He
I
went to
remember the
Wisconsin.
days of Nebraska actually being something, and that is a long time ago.
Fun fact: I was recruited by Wisconsin coming out of
High school?
Mm-hmm.
Were you really?
I had a bunch of letters from.
Why didn't you go?
Well, because it was very far away,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't think they liked black folk out there.
Well, if they recruited you, that
They
was
did, but there was
probably
nobody
not
that
the
they were
case.
like touting, so they would put like people on there, and I was like, I don't know him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they have black
On the
players
letter,
playing at
on
Wisconsin.
the letter, it was like this person. When I was like, I don't know him. I don't know him.
You were just afraid of being too far from home. That was your problem.
That is true. I
Yeah.
was trying to go to
You-
Syracuse.
Or
You
you
will be all
opened up
homesick.
someone else's mail.
No, it was mine. My name is on it. Don't let me go find
Okay,
my old
okay,
letters.
I got
I'll
you.
go find my old letters and bring them in here.
Oh, that's good.
You'll see them.
That's good. I like that.
My name's Allah.
I got a
don't
letter
eat pork.
too.
You what?
I got a letter.
From whom?
Department of the Navy.
They recruited you and you went.
Yeah, they got me.
Yep. They did.
Okay.
Where were you supposed to, like, what ultimately ended up happening with you? When it comes
you
to,
wanna go
like,
to
just really quickly, where were you, like, what happened?
Hold up. Clip this up. Story time with Allah. So,
There's another self-promotion, but go ahead.
I got my fruit cup. I'm going to listen to our story.
I need a fruit cup, as I don't want to hear this. I should not have asked this question.
you asked.
Who's
I
in
know
charge
I
of this
did.
show?
I
know.
tell you.
I don't know.
Yo, Cal is asleep over there again.
Cal's asleep. Christian's asleep.
Yo, put your middle finger down. So,
Really? Can you give me this in like 30 seconds?
Yeah, I can.
All right, cool.
I was recruited out of high school. Didn't sign with anybody. Was supposed to go to Shaw University in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Came down here, moved. My stepdad's sister lived here. Was supposed to go to Shaw, and then when I came down here, they pulled the coaches got fired, and my scholarship got pulled.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
so college football.
Okay.
That's why I don't
So
like it.
that's why you don't like college football.
That's another reason.
There's the story.
Yep.
That's what we were looking for.
Go Rutgers and Syracuse.
Okay.
Wow.
That's the only two schools I really knew. So
All right. So there's all the story,
Yep.
and he's sticking to it.
Man, I thought I had a whole bunch of sorry teams.
end of story time with Allah.
Bing. All right. Moving along.
Yep.
I got this on my notes. I think I wrote this, but I'm not sure.
I know.
How in the hell did the Cowboys lose to the Cardinals? That was what I
You want me
wrote.
to go? I could go back to it again. So, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys.
Oh, God.
Who beat the Jets? Who beat the Giants by 40? 40.
40.
4-0. What? The Dolphins just scored again.
Oh. Stand by. Stand
They
by.
actually did. It's on TV.
Tua. Right to Tyreek Hill. Right over the top. Yeah. Another touchdown. Oh, the rookie kid. What's his name? I don't know. I really don't know his name.
The rookie.
A-Chain. I'm going with A-Chain.
I think he said his. He would look the pronunciation up. He said it online too.
I believe it is Achan or Achan.
Oh, y'all sound terrible. Y'all don't even know him. And that's your team, Chris. You're supposed to know that.
I'm going with A-Chain. That's what I'm calling him. That's nasty. I call people what I want to call them.
Yeah. He's got his own vocabulary, dude. Like, that's.
As long as you don't call me Allah like some other people used to.
There's no. I can't promise that.
Allah? No.
One of the, I wish we actually
Allah, he is just the sweetest.
I wish we actually still had that soundbite. Long time ago on radio, somebody called the show. You put him on, and the guy comes on and he goes, "Yeah, I was just talking to that Allah," and I about lost my mind on live radio, man. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal. I may have even had to go to commercial break on that one.
Well,
like, I
we
may
were
have
in
had
the
to.
deep south here, so
Yeah.
it's
Allah.
I was
That
listening,
Allah
I was
kid was
listening to
super
that
nice.
Paul Feinbaum, and I choose to call into you guys. Allah?
Allah?
He answered the phone for me.
Oh, he was the nicest guy though. Like, he was.
that was my uncle. Really,
Oh goodness. All right.
I've got some country kinfolk.
Yeah, you definitely. Well, you're not the only one. Okay, so anybody want to tell me how the Cowboys lost the Cardinals? I did not actually watch this game. I tried to catch the replay of it. I didn't get an opportunity to do so.
The Cardinals scored like 20 points on them ASAP.
Like, what? Like, this vaunted Cowboys defense, who, by the way, I'm fully guilty of crowning them.
Crown them.
Crown them. You want to crown them?
But I told you, it was only week 2. Now it's only week 3.
Right. So is it?
It's only week 3.
So it's too early to have a knee-jerk reaction about the Cowboys losing to the Cardinals.
I would agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really bad loss for them.
But Josh Dobbs looked really good. I take him.
Hey, did you guys see
Trade
Josh
for
Dobbs?
him. His jersey's not even in the
the
store.
shop and couldn't even order his own jersey.
Yeah, what was
It's
that?
not even an option.
First of all, their thing looked really interactive though. Like, you click on this big LED screen and like you choose the number and the player and the color you want and the size. Like, that was cool. But his number wasn't in there.
That's unfortunate.
It had Kyler Murray's number in there, but not his.
That's unfortunate.
Of course they did. Yeah, Dobbs went 17 to 21, 189 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions, had a 120 rating as a quarterback.
All right, so, Zach, if you have this information pulled up, can you please tell me what Dak Prescott did in that game?
I think he threw a pick. Wait.
Dak Prescott went 25 of 40, 249, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, rating of 78.
Wait.
Dak's Dakin.
Dak, hold on. He said he's only throwing 10 picks this year.
How many does he have so far?
This is the only one, but wait.
No, I thought this was his first one?
Yeah, this was his first one this year. But wait, Dak just threw a pick. So now that's going to start rolling.
Oh. He really only has the one.
Yeah,
I
only
don't
one.
know why I thought he threw one.
Because he threw like 97% completion rate on the Jets the other day. Yep. Who lost to the Cowboys. And the Cowboys beat the Giants by 40. And then they lost to the Cardinals. And the Giants beat the Cardinals. So now the Giants are better than the Cowboys.
Okay. I'm glad we've got that clarified. Do we have to do this every time, or are we just
this week. And
just
then,
this week?
Yeah, because it's only week 3.
Thank goodness, just this week.
It's only
which
week
means
three.
I've
Take a break. My
got
head
about
hurts.
another 45 minutes of this, but that's okay. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah. Dolphins just scored again.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle just scored.
And we're going to
in
get to
street
I
clothes.
don't want to get ahead here, but I really want to talk about this Dolphins game. But I won't right now. We'll wait, because there's one other thing on my notes here that I see. And this is something that Allah wanted to talk about. Mac Jones, junk punch.
He punched my man Sauce in the sauce.
He sauced sauce.
Yeah,
That was
right
just
in the
rude.
sauce.
You said something to me earlier when we were prepping for the show, when the three of us were talking, and that's why I put this here. And I've got dirty player ?
Yeah, Chris Jones said that he's a dirty player.
Okay,
he
Chris
said
Jones
he's
said
top 5 dirtiest players in the league.
So it was Chris Jones who said that. This wasn't anybody
Well,
else
and
who,
then
like,
Sauce actually he retweeted, or I guess it's Twitter
X.
or X or whatever it's called. XXX. He X'd something and showed the video that Mac Jones actually nut punched him first before pushing him over, because he said, I don't want to get fined. So let me put this out here first, that he did punch me in my junk.
okay. You know what? And I hate to derail this conversation really quickly, but what do you call a retweet now?
It's not it's a
repost? Oh. See, it just doesn't have the same.
I'm trying to figure it out.
It doesn't have the same ring.
or you can exit.
See, that's That's what I was wondering. That's what I was
knew
wondering.
I was going there, right?
Well, I mean, I get it, but that's where I was going. But Coco just kind of gave me the indication that they're just calling it a repost. But it sounded so much better when it was Twitter and you retweeted it. Yeah, I mean, it just makes
good
more
marketing,
sense.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I really did think about this. I was like, so you're...
Good thing gone.
So are they not even... So what is it called when you actually... So they're
It
just
still
saying it's
says
just a post?
retweet.
It's not a
Wait,
tweet anymore. It's
says
just a
retweet?
post?
I think it still says
Well, I mean,
retweet.
just the actual, like the original, it's just you're
Hold up,
posting
hold
on
up.
X.
Hold up, I'm looking at.
Is essentially what they're
I'm
talking
looking
about.
at some fine women on Twitter.
Okay.
Jade Cargo. It says repost.
And I was
Yes.
concerned about derailing the conversation.
She is beautiful.
That's fantastic.
She's a beautiful piece of chocolate. Jade, I'm looking for you, baby. Do you know she's married to Brandon Phillips?
No.
You know Brandon Phillips, right?
Yes, but I'm so glad I know that now.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
I like the look at her. She's going to be on TV soon. You're going to see her.
All right, I'm out of here. I got that tidbit of information I was searching for my whole life, so I'm going to run out of
I'm
here.
just trying to tell y'all all the good stuff.
I just wasted about 60 seconds of my life just
Yeah,
now, and I
awesome.
can
Y'all
never get that back at this point.
All right,
But you said she's going to be on TV soon. Let me guess, she's going to be wrestling. So you said I'm going to see her on TV soon, but I don't watch wrestling, so I'm not going to see her on TV soon.
That's my King shirt up over here.
Wrestling?
Wrestling.
Sorry. Told you.
When's wrestling season start?
I'm not going there with him. Not going there with him. That's all you don't do. Not
Are they doing preseason matches right now?
Yeah, he sound like the caller who called me Alla.
Alla, when's
was my uncle,
wrestling
Billy.
season started? Oh, that's
I
fantastic.
can't wait till we get to talk wrestling.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm gonna do that shit
All
by
right.
myself.
So Mac Jones, let me tell you my notes that I got here.
All right.
I put on here, who cares if you punched him in the junk? I don't. Who cares? You know, it's just part of the game.
All right, see, I could take this another way, but I won't go that way
What?
because a guy punched another guy in the junk.
Yeah.
See how that would look?
I'm sure it happens more than one time in a game.
What?
Okay.
Why don't you tell me?
Nothing. I hate Boston. Everything Boston. Hate it.
Okay,
Yeah.
no. Look, if
Nope. Not doing it. Let's go. Skip.
see,
Next story.
you don't get to do this.
Next topic.
You don't get to do this.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Next topic.
Wait, I had to talk T-Swizzle.
Oh, I like Taylor Swift.
Okay, so answer the question.
Swifty. We ain't even finished with Taylor.
Oh no,
We
I
haven't
thought that
even
was
started with Taylor.
I'm down. She was getting out of there with the popcorn truck, so nobody knew where she was at.
Hold on, I thought we already covered all that.
We did not actually.
No, we got
ain't
a
talk
long way
about
to
the
go.
400% plus jersey sales for Travis Kelce.
We'll get there.
He's a handsome young man, though. I ain't gonna front.
Okay.
Yep. I see why he gets all the ladies.
All right, so we're going to get there eventually. But what I would like to talk about is your Jets again.
Oh man, come on! How are we gonna do this?
You don't want to talk about Cap to the Jets?
I don't watch football.
Colin Kaepernick to the Jets.
Shout out to J. Cole. He wrote that letter to the Jets saying,
So this was him?
yeah, on behalf of Cap,
Okay.
he wrote a letter to the Jets, and he didn't ask for him to be on the team, though, specifically. He said, sign him to the practice squad and
Yeah.
let him work his way up, which, hey, I've been saying that for the longest.
Yeah.
If they wanted to see his talent and what he can still do, right, because he was throwing to high school kids that everybody was saying, right, in a Kunta Kinte shirt. I liked it, though. That was a good setup.
I didn't see that one.
That was the one that was recorded on ESPN and everybody watched it and tuned in.
Yeah.
And all the scouts
okay,
was
I
there.
gotcha.
Yeah, after the settlement, which we still want to know what the settlement was, guys. Yeah, sign him to the practice squad. Let him work his way up. If he's worth it, right? If he's still talented, if he's got it, then you bring him up. What's wrong with that? They got an emergency quarterback rule right now,
Right.
where you don't even have to count against the active roster, right?
Right.
I mean, hey, the Jets damn sure need it.
This was a good letter. Okay, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's
Very
quite
well
extensive.
articulated.
But a couple of things in the very beginning, in the first couple of paragraphs of this particular letter. Joe, I hope this letter finds you in great spirits. Despite the less than ideal start to a big season, I'm wishing you, your staff, and the players a great game this weekend as you look to bounce back. I'm writing, of course, in response to the unfortunate loss of Aaron Rodgers. I know the aspirations this season were and still are to win a championship, and so that Hall of Fame-sized hole will need to be filled as best as possible to keep the team on a Super Bowl track. As of right now, Zach Wilson is charged with that task, and I wish him and the rest of the team the best moving forward. So, I mean, it's a great start to the letter. So, like, if you're trying to write a letter to somebody and you want to get their attention quickly, that's how you start a letter.
Because his name is Jermaine Cole, and he could rap very good.
I actually had to Google to make sure that was the J. Cole that was referencing.
I like how he articulates extremely well, writes a really nice letter.
He can rap really good?
He can rap, and you mentioned he can rap really good.
Really good. Because he's from Fayetteville, North Carolina. North Carolina?
North Carolina?
Yeah.
No, that's really how you want to start a conversation, and it was a well-written letter. If you haven't seen this again, seen the letter yet, you can find it anywhere. Just Google it, find the letter. It's all over the place. I found it. Where else?
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
That's
cut
what
the check.
I do.
Cut the check.
Cut the check. Let's do it. I love me some Bleacher Report.
They got it.
Yeah, same.
Really, really huge fan. So, you know what? For the first time.
Oh, you turning around now.
Well,
I know what you're about to go with.
No, for the first time in the conversation about Colin Kaepernick getting signed to a team, this is the first time, and maybe it's, again, this just goes to the letter. The letter is phenomenal. I haven't even read the whole thing. Please go see it. Go look at it. Go read it. It's very well done. For the first time, I get the feeling that the Jets should pay this some more attention. And I'm not saying that Colin Kaepernick, because I agree with what your original sentiment was before I started reading the letter. I'm not saying bring Cap in to start next week.
Absolutely
okay?
not.
No.
Well, he might be better than Trevor Siemian.
Who is the guy you just drafted? You just signed.
I don't know who the hell he is.
Didn't he play for the Broncos?
Yeah. And
was he drafted by the Broncos?
Yeah, and then he played for the Jets for 2 years ago.
Oh, I didn't even know he played for the Jets.
He started a game for us.
I thought he was a kicker.
When Zach Wilson got drafted. Oh, God. We're not talking about Del Grecos again.
Okay.
No more kickers. Unless we're talking about Pat. Pat, you my dog.
Oh, man. That was great.
That was really
Or
good.
Morstead. Morstead booted a 75-yard free kick.
Yes. Shh. Yeah.
Tony Romo was like, God damn, he booted that far.
If you get that
Backed him all the way on the 10-yard line.
I got two things on the Cap thing. In the letter, I really like the part where he says it gives your defense the advantage of getting a true read on more mobile, athletic, versatile quarterbacks that they'll face in the next 4, 5, and 6 weeks. Mahomes, Wilson, and Hurts. I love that piece. That's a really great selling point of let me run around there. I'm athletic. He's an incredible athlete piece of that, right?
Yep.
So I love that part, how they put in there. The piece I'd probably clean up a little bit is when he's referring to the Jets defense as elite. We already know that that's not the case anymore.
Well, first of all, the Dolphins didn't put up 70 on us, so I don't care.
We ain't played yet.
Yeah, I ain't putting 70
Wait.
up on us. Did they?
Dolphins just scored again.
Damn it.
That's going to be a fun week. That's got to be coming up soon, right? That's going to be a fun week.
I don't watch football.
You know, right after that piece you mentioned in the letter, he does say, I would consider it a privilege to be able to do this and would take on this responsibility with the dedication and passion as if I were the QB1 positions. And that another fantastic paragraph in that letter saying, I'm here to help you. I can be there during practice and basically simulate what you're about to see over the next few weeks. Phenomenally well done. And quite honestly, I'm taken by this letter, man. I seriously am, and I think it's something that the Jets should entertain. I really do believe that.
Let me help you. Help me help you.
Yeah.
Because I can help you if you let me help you.
And if you help me, I can help you.
That's
We
essentially what he said.
Let's print and frame this and put this in the studio.
I
like it.
It is well written.
It is a phenomenal letter.
Jermaine Cole.
J. Cole.
He can rap well.
There you go. Well played, sir. Well played.
Yep.
Like I said, for the first time, I think this is something they should entertain. I really do believe that. If anything else, Give him an opportunity. Let's simulate some stuff in practice and get him understand the playbook.
Other than that,
Right.
Aaron's hurt.
Right.
Aaron's doing his Pat thing.
Yep.
Zach Wilson's trash.
Right.
We got nothing to lose.
Sure.
Like, it's a lot of eggs in the basket. Ticket sales are dropping. I checked the Jets-Giants tickets. I was trying to go to that game.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped below like $60.
So you can get them now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you bring him back, media capital of the world, right?
Right.
If Aaron's not coming back and we're not going anywhere based off of where he is, why not?
And I mean, here's my question too, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question, but I'd be curious to hear both of your opinions on this. Let's, Kaepernick's not going to start. Let's just assume like the Jets sign him in the next week or two. He's not starting. It's going to take some time. Look, he has been out of football for 7 years, right? It's been a long time. The athleticism apparently is still there. He's still got an arm, and so that part I'm not concerned about. It's obviously getting on the same page and understanding the offense. That's going to take a little while. That takes a while for anybody, especially one that's been out of the game for 7 years. That being said, after a week or two, couldn't you actually utilize him in specific packages as well, just to, again, get that game speed, get going? Am I the only one that thinks that's a possibility? Nope. Crispy, what do you think? Is that something that you would entertain, assuming he's on that team after a couple weeks?
No, I don't think in a couple of weeks he's going to be good to go. No, I think he's
been working out. We talked about this before.
Well, what do you mean by good to go? Like what's your assessment of that?
No, I love this whole story about trying to get Cap back, get him back in football. He's ready to go. He's been practicing every morning for the last 7 years at, what's it say on there, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. and all this good stuff. The regiment, I love it. He's ready to go kind of thing. We've seen guys come back from an injury not be able to get back into the game. We've seen guys that have had a year off not be able to get back into the game. 7 years, that's a lot of time off. The body's not built the same. You build up that, I don't know, that body armor of being hit every single day kind of thing.
Endurance, right.
He ain't been hit in 7 years.
Right.
I just don't see how he's going to be able to play again.
Well,
the Jets line isn't very good. He might get hit a lot, so then he'll get used to it.
Probably going to get
he's
hit
not
a lot.
Be any better.
But again, I'm not talking about forcing him into a situation where he's playing every snap. I'm just talking about putting him in a situation where there's select packages for, Wildcat or whatever the case, right? That's something I think he can still bring to the table.
It's like coming full circle because when he first played and started, that's how they worked him in there with Alex Smith.
Yeah, when he was in
had
San
a
Francisco.
couple packages, right?
Yep.
And then he demolished Green Bay in that playoff game.
Yep.
And then
The
took
whole
over.
point of bringing him in there is they need a quarterback. They need a replacement. He's not a replacement.
We don't know that. And anything is better than Zach trash. I like MILFs.
No,
Wilson.
your best option said he likes sitting in the booth. Matt Ryan.
Although I will say this.
Next topic.
A couple weeks ago, when Crispy mentioned Cap, your response was?
It was just, listen, I
was your
love Cap.
response?
I have a Kaepernick jersey.
What
I'll
was your
wear it here
response?
next week if you want me to.
What was your response?
What? I said I would not mind it. That's what I said.
Oh, no, you did not.
Run the tape back.
Run the tape.
I don't know where you go. Where do you go? Because first of all, listen, I love you, Cap, but we are not going to Kaepernick, right? I wouldn't want him now because we would roll with Zach. Thinking I watch Hard Knocks. Like, I was thinking Zach would come in there and at least had some of Aaron rub off on him. Hey, a little bit. Like, it's something.
But, again, it is only week 3, number one.
It's only
Number
week
2,
3.
the original response to all the quarterbacks that he brought up was hell no. That was your original
I said
response.
7
until
years
came
for
around.
Cap. I said it's been 7 years. I wouldn't, but no.
But now, we're a couple weeks removed. Zach
Hey.
Wilson doesn't look like he's improved.
I'll get that black number 7 jersey really quickly. You think Taylor Swift boosted Kelce's numbers? Those Kaepernick jerseys will hit top 5 in sales.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
And that's what the Jets should do.
Right.
Bring extra money in. Hell, you got to pay Aaron still.
Well, you're going to put asses in the seats too if you bring him in.
Might as well.
Yeah. I mean, but
Become
again,
the media circus that we could be.
but I still think if you do bring him in, you need to use him somehow. Like you
Absolutely.
need to figure out a way to get him involved in the game. I don't think it's right away. Like let's just use a hypothetical scenario. You sign him this week.
We give him the Tebow package.
But I don't even think he gets that package for a couple weeks. Like, I don't think it's right away.
Probably it depends on what Zach does, and if he looks like he did last week and the week before that, then you
He
definitely
is
go to it.
what we think he is.
Right, you go to it probably week 6 or 7, right before the trade deadline.
Right.
If you don't get somebody else,
Yep.
then yeah, put him in there. Why not? It's the same like trade deadline acquisition essentially.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, here, let me throw a crazy one out there.
all right.
Oh, here we go.
You love these crazy. Let me tell you something before you say this. Crispy scenarios. Like, there literally needs to be a segment at the beginning of every year before the season starts. Whether it doesn't matter the sport, specifically football and basketball. Crispy scenarios. He is going to give you the most outlandish trade ideas, scenarios. This is what he lives for.
These are my favorites.
These are his.
What if somehow you're able to get Dak Prescott for the rest of this year?
Is he asking me?
Yes, he is.
Like for the Jets?
Yeah.
Hell no. I'll just go trade for Kirk Cousins if that's the case.
So you
Because
think
they 0-3.
that's actually an interesting.
Yeah, but I'm
I
not
don't.
giving
No,
up.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not-
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
giving up second round.
Minnesota ain't gonna get rid of him. They ain't got nothing to back up Kirk Cousins.
Shit.
The Cowboys got Trey Lance that they just traded for. Granted, it was a low draft pick.
Well, you remember when we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, you actually mentioned Trey Lance. Now you're talking about
Right.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but,
Well, he already poo-pooed the Trey Lance. That's why I said the Dak Prescott piece, because
but what were we saying?
depending
a
on
couple
what
weeks
Dallas
ago?
can do, maybe Caleb Williams might be available for
hold on.
Dallas.
Dak's gonna Dak.
Other
next year.
than Miami scoring another touchdown, he said specifically, and I remember this, Mike McCarthy's there now. He got Dak in line. And what
Yeah.
did Dak do?
He dacked.
It's
threw
week-
one
it's o-
interception.
It's only week 3.
He did only throw one
It's o-
interception.
it's o- but it's only week 3.
It is only week 3.
But they lost to the Cardinals.
They did lose to the Cardinals.
Ooh.
That is, honestly, there's only one other game so far this season, and both of those games happened in week 3. So there's 2 games so far this season that the ending surprised me. Didn't surprise me any more than these 2 games. One was the Cardinals beating the Cowboys, and 2, the Jacksonville Jaguars getting absolutely mollywopped by 20
That was 3.
at the hands of the Houston Texans.
Oh,
The Houston Texans
CJ Stroud
beat
shredded
the
them.
Jacksonville Jaguars by 20.
I'll take Trevor Lawrence. They
I
wanna trade
would
Trevor
have
Lawrence.
lost my life savings on that game. Okay?
Jeez,
Like,
yeah.
that was unreal.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Nope.
It's one thing to lose by a field goal, but when you're a team that every pundit said
should
was
win the
going to
division.
win the AFC South, and you lose at home to the Texans by 20, wow.
Hey,
Really wow scenario.
Hey. He
CJ
lost by 20
Stroud
to the
starting to look
Cowboys.
good.
Remember that.
Yeah, he is.
He's better than Justin Fields. I
Who?
said
My
that.
rookie of
CJ
the year.
Stroud?
Yes.
I don't disagree. I never disagree
I
with
was
that.
just saying because people was out there saying
Look,
Justin Fields for Zach Wilson in a second rounder. Get the
you got to understand something.
Boy.
As a Georgia Bulldog fan, when Justin Fields left Georgia because he wasn't starting, when he left, everybody absolutely shit on Georgia because of that. Oh, Justin Fields this, Justin Fields that, blah, blah, blah. There was all kinds of conversations as to why they got rid of the kid, right? And he manages to get in the league. And he has a good couple of games. He'll have a spark, man. Like all of a sudden he'll go ballistic, and he'll throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns. He'll rush for a touchdown or 2 in a single game, but he cannot maintain that consistency. Like, it's not there. Now, is it all his fault? No. I think the offensive line is trash.
I mean,
they don't have great
that
running
line's
back.
trash.
Yeah, they.
he blames the coaches too, and then said it wasn't the coaches, and then said maybe it was him being robotic, or maybe. So
He
he's
can't
not
get it
taking
together.
accountability.
He's not taking the responsibility at all for this. So I will never doubt. I will take C.J. Stroud over Justin Fields any day.
I take Zach Wilson over Justin Fields currently.
I don't disagree with that, and that's interesting because the
I'm
conversation
taking
right now.
Fields. Fields can at least run for me. Zach Willis, he's scared.
I mean, Justin Fields does have the ability to maneuver.
I don't watch football anymore.
The most recent thing we heard was that, is it Justin Fields' time in in Chicago over, and then the very next thing I saw was, could he be the next guy for the New York Jets?
Yep, I saw that same thing. You saw that pic I sent over?
Yeah.
Then Jermaine Cole put out that very articulated letter. So no, hell no.
What I mean, Crispy's point though is that Justin Fields does give you the additional dynamic that Zach Wilson does not have, right? And when you don't have a very good offensive line in front of you, or a halfway decent one, the ability to maneuver, to move around, that mobility piece can certainly help you, right? And Zach Wilson doesn't have that.
I got an answer for you.
Okay.
Tank for Caleb Williams.
You know, it's funny because it was the Cardinals that everybody thought was going to be the
And
one
what
to
he said,
tank.
but what he said though, he said, "I'll go back to school before I go to the Cardinals."
Yeah.
That report came
You're going
out.
to sit him behind Rodgers if Rodgers comes back next year?
Hell yeah, why not?
Yeah, I would.
Why not?
Look, we've seen what it's like when
And-
guys.
and
came out this year.
And specifically with Jets quarterbacks drafting USC quarterbacks.
Yes.
They throw them into the fire. Sanchez to the sat, even though we went to back-to-back AFC titles games. Remember that, right? Back-to-back AFC titles games.
Sure.
And we lost, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that was
then
the
we-
next thing I was going to say.
But then
thank
when
you.
we drafted Darnold,
Right.
he had some promise. Got mono.
Look, you know how I feel about USC quarterbacks, okay?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
They're just,
But
you can't trust them.
you sit him behind Aaron. Maybe he gets the same thing Zach should have got this year. Maybe you move Zach to the 3.
There's only one USC quarterback that has come out,
Carson Palmer.
without question.
Love him.
I mean, not even close to being. There is number 2. Like,
What about
Carson Palmer,
Tom Marinovich?
best quarterback to come out of USC, and nobody's close. Nobody else is close.
They had some good quarterbacks.
Oh, wait.
though.
Yeah, they had someone back in the 70s. Was he the Raiders quarterback?
He said the 70s.
I don't know.
I wasn't even born then.
I mean,
don't know.
I was born in '75, but I obviously wasn't watching at that time.
I think they had some back in the day that might have been good.
Yeah, might have been good. But Carson
Wait.
Palmer's number 1. Period.
Wait,
End of story.
where did OJ go to school?
OJ who?
Orthol.
OJ Simpson?
Orthol.
Orthol Jones?
He went to USC.
Yeah, but he wasn't a quarterback. So what are we talking about?
I'm just saying. That's
You just had to randomly bring out OJ.
Yeah, you got to bring him up. The juice is loose, baby.
The juice is loose. Oh, that's our random OJ fact of the day. All right, cool. The juice is
Let me
loose.
see. Who else? They had Josh David Booty.
John David Booty.
Him.
That guy too.
He was a booty.
Oh, yeah.
They had Booty.
His twin
Yeah, it
brother.
was Todd Marinovich.
Mr. Booty.
Todd Marinovich. Okay.
I got
Matt
that
Leinart.
one. Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, but I remember.
Oh, Matt
I remember
Barkley.
Leinart. Yeah.
Matt Barkley.
Yep.
Mark Sanchez, Matt Leinart,
He like glizzies.
Rodney Pete,
Rodney Pete. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Say something about Rodney
Matt
Pete.
Castle.
Matt Castle, baby.
What are we talking about here?
We're just going down the list of
We're
quarterbacks that
talking
made the
about
NFL.
mediocre quarterbacks out of USC. There's
These are all
only one.
great USC
Stop it.
quarterbacks.
Matt Leinart.
They were all great at USC.
Matt Leinart is
Rob Johnson,
Rob Johnson. He played in the NFL for 27 years.
Mark Sanchez.
He played for the Bills for a long time.
Wow,
didn't
they
he?
have Mark Sanchez ranked as their seventh best USC quarterback.
Who's number 1?
Carson Palmer.
David Booty is 6. Rodney Pete 5.
That sounds right. Keep going.
I just wanted number 1.
I'm trying to get there. There are so many pop-ups on this. Where
Lord.
Carson
too much
Palmer
porn.
number 2.
What? That is malarkey.
And this is a Bleacher Report. Oh, the disrespect.
That's
I think this
malarkey.
is disrespectful.
I
They have
don't
Matt
like that.
Leinart as 1.
They have Matt
'cause
Leinart
it-
as 1.
because of the
He won the
national
titles.
championship
Yeah.
and one of the greatest teams of all time with
that
Reggie
team was
Bush.
ridiculous, dude.
Reggie Bush, human highlight reel.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Give him his
Give him his
Heisman
Heisman
back.
back. Yep, there it
Dude.
is. We're on the same page.
Reggie, when you do that doc, I'm watching it.
Give the man his Heisman back.
If Johnny Manziel still got his, Reggie Bush need his damn Heisman back.
Yeah, in fact, just go take Johnny Manziel's, okay? Let's just do that.
Matter of fact, I got something for you. OJ stole his Heisman back before, so he could get OJ to steal his Heisman back for Reggie Bush.
Sounds like an OJ thing to do. I mean,
The juice is loose, baby.
juice is loose. If you want your Heisman, just call OJ.
Just go. Whoa.
I'll say that this is my last piece.
I'm not
Matt
calling
Leinart
it.
had
I'm not calling it.
10,693 yards, 99 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, and a 64.8% completion.
Yeah.
Really good numbers.
Oh, yeah. Now, it obviously helps when you're dumping it off to Reggie Bush often, but
Marquise Lee.
I'll give him his due. I still think the best quarterback to come. Well, let me also clarify, too. The statement that I made was the best quarterback to come out of USC is Carson Palmer.
That is
I would
true.
agree still.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's the best quarterback to come out of USC.
Shout out to Ocho. He just got inducted in the
Let me
Hall of
tell you,
Fame.
man, I still
Love
go back
Ocho.
and I'm watching this game with Crispy years ago, the Bengals-Pittsburgh Steelers playoff game. And going into that game, we felt we were sitting down, we felt confident. And don't get me wrong.
That was their year.
The Steelers' defense was still amazing at the time, but
That was their year.
you had Chad, you had Carson,
TJ Houshman.
TJ
Who's your mama?
Houshmandzadeh.
Hushmanzada.
Who's
was
your
his actual
mama?
name. But remember him on the fantasy football commercials for all those years when he couldn't pronounce the
TJ
name?
who's your mama?
House Mazzilli, I think, was one of the ones they said, too. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, and I went into that game going, the Bengals are going to win this game, and the Bengals are going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Like, there was no question that was coming. Yeah. And Carson Palmer throws that pass. Who hit him?
Von Allenhofen. Whatever his chemo Von Allenhofen.
Is that-
Why do I know that? Because he tore Carson Palmer's knee.
He did.
And took the man.
But you know what? Carson Palmer actually comes back from that and actually has a very good career with Arizona for quite a while. Like, he actually had a really good career with them. So
Yeah, he did well.
he did, but
he had Larry Fitzgerald to go.
he got hosed with
That was
Cincinnati.
their-
That was their year, man.
That was their year. Maybe Brady doesn't win
Was
all the
Corey
rings.
Dillon still the running back as well?
No, I think it was Cedric Benson.
Or was it Benson at the time?
I think so.
Okay.
But they did have Chris Henry on that team too. R.I.P. Chris Henry.
Yeah, R.I.P., man. What a squad.
No.
What a squad. Who was their
That-
tight end?
They had a good tight end too. It was not Ben Watson at the time.
It wasn't?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But that Cincy team, I was
So
picking in
good.
that and just bombing away.
Oh, just killing everybody. Yeah.
Shout out to Ocho.
Oh, man. What a team. And what an unfortunate. Like, when he got hit, they just kept showing the replay of it. You're like, yep, oh, damn, this is it. It's over.
Did Carson Palmer wear 9 with the Bengals, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Why does Joe Burrow have 9? See, some numbers need to be retired.
Yeah.
I hate CeeDee Lamb win 88. Dez was
Well,
winning
that's a
88.
Dallas thing.
I don't like it. So
Dallas
retire
lets
the
all of
people's
their
number.
premier wide receivers wear the 88 number.
I really hate that, though.
Well, because Irvin had it before him.
Well, I get it. That's Michael
Started
Irvin's
with
number, though.
Pearson.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
But
Drew
who's
Pearson.
who's the best receiver out of that?
Irvin.
There you go.
Yep.
Should be retired, right?
Des Bryant.
No. Please don't do that.
Dez still made that catch, by the way, guys.
He did still make that catch. I will give him the catch.
With the Bengals, though,
Yep.
that number should have never touched T. Higgins' hands before he switched to 5 this year. It should have been retired. 85 should have been retired there.
I don't disagree.
Just
I don't
saying.
disagree.
Ocho,
I mean,
the route running from Ocho, man.
and he lived in the stadium for 2 years. Just found that out not too long ago. So that's fantastic.
Because he's cheap.
He is cheap as hell, but that you know what? He is
He's very frugal. Sorry, he's frugal.
He is got plenty of money. He's got plenty of money.
Because he buys his earrings from Claire's. He tell you that.
Yeah, he don't care. What
And he loves McDonald's.
he does. McDonald's, he's eating full, dude. Like just absolutely
I
nuts.
love you, Ocho.
All right, so wait, hold on. Oh, the Dolphins are at 70.
God.
They laid down a 70 burger on the Denver Broncos. Now, I want to get everybody's thoughts on this beatdown, okay? But I want to just start by saying, Crispy, I know it's your team, and I know you were excited, and I know Dolphins fans were excited. But even as a non-Dolphin fan, I could not have been happier about that beatdown.
You hate the Broncos.
No,
man.
it's not the Broncos that I hate.
Sean Payton.
Ew.
Good for you. You was talking all that shit to the Jets this year, too.
You know what? You
Good
know what?
for
And
him.
and I made that comment when we did the first show. For the guy that says the things that he does, I mean, to come out and make the comments. And I loved Aaron Rodgers coming out and defending his guy and saying, you know what, how about you just keep my man's name out of your mouth?
Because
like,
they
why are you
said
saying stuff
that
like
it was Hackett's fault, right?
Right.
And they're losing worse than when they had Hackett there, right?
Yep.
And it's not Russell's fault. Please don't blame Russell Wilson. It's not him. Because he doesn't play defense.
No, he doesn't play defense, but offensively, too, they're still –
They ain't got no running backs.
I know.
Jerry Jeudy is the only thing they got over
Offensive line is trash.
Trash.
And Russell still holds onto the ball too long. So
there. You got to let Russ cook.
yeah.
Broncos country.
To lose by 50 to get a 70 burger laid on you couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I mean,
wait, Russ, he goes to church.
I'm talking about Sean Payton.
7 a.m. Bible study.
I actually feel bad that Russell Wilson has Sean Payton as his head coach. I really do. I feel bad for him.
I seen a meme that said Sean Payton has benefited from Bounty Gate, having a Hall of Fame quarterback, and something else. It was really on the point though.
You know, and it's funny too because they got hosed in the playoffs that one year, and
Minnesota was
pass interference.
Yeah,
when he was, and it was pass interference. But the thing about it is that stuff like that happens to people like him. Like that, when that happened and he's complaining and, we don't get the benefit of this, that, and the third and everything else. I'm like, dude, all the stuff that you've done up to this point with Bounty Gate and everything that's gone on and the things that you've said, the type of person that you are, that's what I call karma, man. And that came back on him tenfold. And yet he's still whining like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, why is that nobody loves me? Dude, because you're an asshole, dude. Like at the end of the day, that's literally who you are. He is, man. He's just not a nice person.
Language.
Not a good person.
Okay.
At all.
He ain't shit. I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Oh, you gonna just go ahead and say my curse words for me?
Yeah, I got you.
You gonna protect me?
You just gotta go. And I'll say it for you.
I'll just point at you.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
He ain't shit.
So let's turn to the Dolphin fan in the room, or
I don't want to turn to
not in the room. He's not in the room.
Well, you're already there. You're kind of facing me already. But
it's true. He's right about there. All right, Chris, give me your thoughts on that. I know you had to have been excited, and my God, it just kept going, dude. How insane was that?
Yeah, so I just actually got to watch a lot of it here recently. So we had about 4 minutes left, and we could have gotten more, and we chose not to.
Hold on.
So
not Mr. Chosen himself saying, I thought we was going to score 100.
Yeah, I mean, we had 4 minutes left, and we were on the 22-yard line. So we could have kicked a field goal to break the record. I think the record was 72 by the Redskins, formerly known as the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, that's a hate crime.
They were the Redskins at the time.
You can't say Redskins, though.
Redskins.
But, as a lifelong Dolphins fan, I'm trying to stay as even keel as I can. I don't want to get too high.
Because they're going to lose the next week.
This could derail
like the
very
Cowboys.
quickly. As we saw last year, because coincidentally enough, we were 3-0 after the 3 games last week. Tua was on an MVP pace. I saw a stat today where he's almost has the exact passing yards, completions, touchdowns. Everything's almost exact.
It's the exact number.
So we saw this just last year.
It is the exact number.
I saw
it's
the exact number. I have it saved. I'll get it pulled up. I'll share offline.
3-0, 3-0.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. But the one thing that I want to say, and I know the point was the 70 points thing, but to be realistic here, right? The Dolphins, who we've beaten so far, they have a combined record of 2-7.
Mm-hmm.
Our real test is this week coming up. If we can score 40 to 50 this next week coming up, which our average right now is 43.
Yeah, no wonder.
Who you play this week?
We have the Buffalo Bills
they ain't
New
not
York.
No damn
so
they ain't scoring.
Let's see what happens after this week.
Where is it, in Buffalo?
40.
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
Okay.
It's going to snow up there.
No. That's the good thing, too. We've already played New England, and we've already played Buffalo up there. So in the winter, we actually get them both at home to close out the season. So I'm really excited about those for division wins and things like that. So
I was watching Coming to America last night. Twice. I watched it back to back. So they fixed the schedule for the Dolphins. What you telling me?
It sounds like it's
no,
definitely
they did not do us any favor. We got the second hardest one in football.
They got their northern games out the way early. No snow, no cold.
Well, we do have to go to Philly.
come on.
It's going to be cold there.
They're going to sit some people. Well, they throw batteries at people. So,
Dude, yeah, I'd never set foot in Philly.
Christ.
No, thank you.
yeah, they got to stop
That
fighting
is
in the stands, too, by the way. That guy that was killed at the Patriots game,
They have a jail cell.
Yeah.
that's RIP. Really bad.
Yeah.
They got to stop fighting in the stands.
Yeah.
Don't drink beer like this guy
I don't drink beer.
at games. What?
Don't start.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you know, it was an impressive win. I mean, when it was 56, I was like, oh wow. I remember turning to my family and I was like, yeah, the Dolphins have scored 56. They're like, wait, what? That's like a basketball score. Like, it was just insane. And then before you know it, it's at 70, and I'm like, okay, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And the crazy thing about it was they stopped throwing. They didn't even throw. Like, the last 3 or 4 touchdowns they scored, they just ran right through large gaping holes.
Who threw?
There was a point where Tua had more passing touchdowns than he had incompletions.
Hold on. Who threw the last couple touchdowns for them, though?
It wasn't
White.
even Tua, was it?
Yeah. Should have
It was
never
White.
let him go, Jets. I tried to tell you that before.
He threw when the chosen, as a matter of fact. And he
That's
was
my-
running all over the field like, come catch me, guys.
That's my quarterback.
What was your quarterback?
I miss Mike White.
Hey, I'll trade him back to you. I'll take Zach. What's his last name? Wilson?
Yeah, it's Wilson.
You
Well
can
played.
take Zach Wilson, Zach Wonder, Zach Williams, Zach whatever you want. I'll give them
I'll
all.
take 'em.
You can take this Zach.
You can
What
take
you
Zach.
do?
I was gonna say, you want
I'll
Zach?
give you this
Take that-
one.
Yeah, I'll take that. Zach
Take them
too.
all.
You go take
I'll
Zach
give me
B
Mike
with
White back. Come back home, Mike.
Take all the Zachs. He just wants his mic.
Whoa. Next topic.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
I got one. I just want to sprinkle something in there. I know you're not ready for this one, but I'm a little upset that we didn't get to talk about this.
What?
The Ryder Cup.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's Ryder Cup week.
Gosh, I don't even know.
USA, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, guys.
It's all right.
Yes,
I
you
don't know
do.
what wrestling is.
Yes, you do.
What is that?
You know what it is. You've been around me long enough to know what the Ryder Cup is.
Is that foosball?
No.
Football, the American.
No. It's the golf tournament that is played every 2 years between the United States and Europe.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Well, you do now.
My name is Allah.
We'll be talking about it next week.
My
And
name's
Allah.
Allah.
And he doesn't eat pork.
I don't eat pork, and I don't watch golf.
But you're going to
Can
go
you
golfing
invite
with us,
our friend Allah to come out next week, and we go talk about golf?
Is Tiger playing?
No.
Not this week.
Hey, it's me, Tiger.
For shizzle.
Can you delete
The
your name
Dave,
off your messages?
the Dave Chappelle show. That was
It's the greatest.
fantastic.
It is the greatest skit of all time.
Hey, it's me,
Period.
Tiger.
It's, I just always wanted to say this.
For shizzle.
For shizzle. It is the greatest skit of all time. I will argue that with anyone.
Dave Chappelle's the GOAT.
The genius.
GOAT.
Genius.
GOAT.
Genius.
We got to do a list. Top 5 comedians.
Oh, we must do that list.
We got to do a lot of lists.
We do. Crispy, you down for a top 5 comedian? I know who's in his top 5. I know at least one of them. I know one. I know one for sure.
Martin Lawrence.
I'm not going to tell
That'd
you
be
who it
good.
is.
That'd be good.
That'll be a good one.
I can scrounge one together.
All right.
Ooh, I gotta go watch some of the old ones.
Are we doing that next week?
We should.
Top 5.
And then it's going to be a list after that. And then a list after that. We should do a list every week
I like it. We're going to start a
Top-
list.
of random topics, too. You know why?
So we're going top 5 comedians.
Yeah, for next week.
Yep.
All time.
Yep.
We'll do it live.
All right, I'm putting my list together right now.
The reason I say the random thing is you seen the GOAT of baseball, Ken Griffey Jr., by the way, guys. He's like a photographer on the sideline now.
Yeah, dude.
With Mr. Sports Bra, Kyler Murray.
Oh.
Took a picture with
I was like,
Kyler
wait,
Murray.
what?
Sports Bra.
Sports bro.
Hey,
Got it.
Zach, put that picture up here. Mr. Sports Bra.
Sports bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
bad.
He's been into photography even when he was still doing his.
I think
playing
he's got like a
days.
press pass and like every access and every. He took a picture. Yeah, no, he's the GOAT. GOAT of baseball.
Loved watching Ken Griffey play.
My favorite player of all time.
Unbelievable. Crispy, he's
he's up
definitely.
there.
Yeah, he's.
I love him too.
Yeah, he was a huge fan of his for a long time.
I'll put some Griffies
Yeah.
on next week for you if you want me on camera. Look, I got nice shoes.
Ooh, yeah, I love those old Griffies.
Nice. All right. Final topic. Here's the one thing I want to say before we get into this topic is that how was the fact that the Dolphins scoring 70 on the Broncos not the main topic of discussion, which it should have been, but completely overshadowed, by the way, by
easy.
Taylor Swift
T-Swifty, baby.
and Travis Kelce. The two T's.
Shake it off. Shake it off. I love Taylor Swift. I don't know what y'all talking
need
about.
you to stop doing that.
Why?
What? It's disturbing.
I knew you were trouble. Sorry.
Anywho, so Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, they even had a conversation with Patrick Mahomes afterwards in the interview talking about how, I guess you had to make sure that you got Travis a touchdown for all this. I don't remember the interview verbatim.
Back to Taylor Swift. I saw
I'm talking about Taylor Swift.
No, I saw a piece. Well, I got to go back to Aaron Rodgers. I saw a piece of the Pat interview.
Okay.
And I think he said something about you never know because, they play the Chiefs this weekend. Well, the Sunday night game. It might be a massacre, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jets,
we played them
Where?
Sunday night. At home, though.
Okay.
He was
that's
like,
gonna help.
I don't know if he was like. That's why I don't watch football. See, I'm here because I'm trying.
I know. It can't be easy.
No.
Right.
But I think he said something in the article, or in the interview, he was like, you never know who's going to show up to the game. I don't know if he was hitting that Taylor Swift because now she's with Kelce.
Right.
And it'll be in New York. More press, more exposure. Maybe she doesn't have to sneak out in a popcorn tin tray can, whatever stand-up thing.
Right.
Or he was hinting at himself finally traveling because he said something about he was working out and he's looking good in rehab already. So maybe he might pop up and get a standing ovation, or maybe Taylor Swift might be there.
So they're dating. Tell me about the jersey sales real quick.
400% increase in jersey sales for Travis Kelce.
Like his jersey specifically.
His jersey specifically. 400% increase.
So the thing about it, though, is why his jersey?
Because Taylor Swift got the Swifties out there in the streets.
So they're the ones that are probably making these purchases.
Probably.
Okay.
You
Because
see
I'm
how
gonna say,
hyped she was in the press box?
Yeah. The reason I asked that question, it may seem obvious, but it's you already have Chiefs fans. Are they going to buy more jerseys because of Taylor Swift? No. These jersey sales are coming from just Taylor Swift fans.
They might be women's jerseys.
More than like, I'd love to get that number, by the way. Like, figure out.
I might buy a jersey now. I
Don't do
like
that.
Travis
Please
Kelce.
don't do that.
I love Travis Kelce.
You love Travis Kelce?
He's a top, probably pushing 7 tight end of all time now. I got 2.
Oh, that sounds like a list. That sounds like a list.
Write it down.
Well,
Zach.
he even with that 400%, he's still not even in the top 10. Kenny Pickett's selling more jerseys than Kelce right now.
That's because there's more Steelers fans and Cowboys fans than any other fan on the
That
planet.
we've talked about that before as well.
More than
It's a
more than
marketing
anybody.
thing.
Yeah.
But now first of all, the Chiefs have probably the best home stadium. It needs to be renovated.
It's on my bucket list. I gotta
But
go to
I
Arrowhead,
heard
dude.
the sound in there is crazy.
Yep. There's something like in a bowl, man. It's insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This says Jalen Hurts is the #1 jersey sale.
why? Where's he at? And
Micah
Philly,
Parsons,
Philly is
too.
are rabid fans, right? Spike the jersey sales there. Now Travis Kelce will come up that list.
I'll tell you what'll happen in Philly though. If Jalen Hurts starts playing like trash and they start sucking, they'll burn them all. That's what they'll do in Philly.
And they go throw some batteries at him. They threw batteries at Santa.
Yeah, that's why I'll never go to Philly.
Yeah, I would never either.
I will never go to Philly.
Not me.
Oh man, I got some people that I know that are Kansas City Chiefs fans that are not happy about this.
Wow. He might be plus 700% next week.
Well, I think the concern is it again? What is this going to take the attention away from what they're trying to do? Is this going to be problematic for Travis Kelce moving forward? I mean, is he a professional? Sure,
Hold up.
but it's just going to depend on
I think he scored another touchdown himself.
who did.
He scored a touchdown last week, and she went crazy, and the crowd went crazy, and they panned the camera right to Taylor Swift.
Yes, they did. And then you see the camera on the sidelines at him, and he's looking up at Taylor. Yep.
Love you, Taylor.
Well, Travis Kelce definitely scored more than once. That's for sure.
Ayo.
So, I still don't think that should have overshadowed the 70 burger that the Dolphins laid on the Broncos, but it absolutely did. I mean, it's Taylor Swift.
How many albums did Tua sell?
Albums?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Zero.
That he sold any.
How many albums did Taylor Swift sell?
Don't care.
Trillions.
That's why Taylor Swift is more important than that 70.
And the Dolphins have only beaten teams with 2 wins.
See?
You know what? Yeah, at least you could admit that. But you know what? You can't do anything about the fact that you have to play the team in front of you. It's not your fault that their combined records are 2-7. So it's true. You can only look. You can't do anything about that. You just got to play the teams that are in front of you, man. That's it.
The Cardinals beat the Cowboys, who beat the Giants, who beat the Jets. So technically, the Giants are better than them. Right, Zach?
Absolutely.
There you go.
You got the affirmation you needed right there.
I was trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, I got it up here.
Yes.
Ew.
I don't know what's up there, but you got something.
That's a hate crime.
Okay. Then I'm guilty of a hate crime because you're a dum-dum. Because I don't know what you have going on up there.
You're a dum-dum. You
You're a
like
dum-dum.
gum-gum.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Sorry.
Okay, so
movies.
really quickly, matchups we're looking forward to seeing this next week. Anybody got anything?
I don't watch football.
Oh, God, we know. Just stop talking about it.
No, you know who Justin Herbert quarterbacking against? I don't care whoever they playing. I love Justin Herbert. They finally got a win,
They did.
but then Mike Williams got hurt again. Torn ACL.
Can't stay healthy.
Cannot stay.
know,
And that wasn't his fault on this one. Someone rolled his leg, and
I'm excited for the Dolphins and Bills.
Dolphins, Bills. That'll be a good one.
Justin Herbert, top five
Maybe,
quarterback.
Maybe now that Arizona beat Dallas, maybe that San Francisco game is actually going to be worth watching. It'll be in San Francisco.
San Francisco versus who?
Arizona.
Oh, no.
You never know. Josh Dobbs is looking good.
No.
It's only week 3.
Here's the thing. Did you think they were going to beat Dallas?
Nope.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Nope.
I took the under, but no.
Okay.
Nope.
No, Dallas and San Fran ain't in on the same.
That's what were we talking about? Dallas and San Fran was running away, right?
Yeah.
Because the Eagles looked like they came down a little
And
bit,
it's still looking, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Right?
Yep.
right? And so now what?
Right.
Who we think is the best team in the NFC?
San Francisco.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because it's only week 3.
But I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that maybe this game can be more competitive based on what we
I
saw
think
from San
so.
Francisco. I don't see any
He's
reason
the
why.
one saying it's
and it's a
not.
divisional game.
Correct.
You never know. You never know with a divisional game.
Hey,
I don't think
you
this is
never
a
know.
great week. I do like the Thursday night matchup, though. Detroit and Green Bay. Green Bay surprised some folks. They haven't won. Like, what are they right now? Did they win last week?
2-1.
Yeah, they're 2-1. Yeah, they won last week. So yeah, I think
no,
that
they
election.
won.
Yeah, they won. Green Bay
They
did
did
win
win.
that game. Yeah, Green Bay won. So they're
They lost the
2-1.
week before.
Yep. Detroit 2-1. Green Bay 2-1. That's Thursday night. That should be a good game. But for the rest of the week, though, besides Miami, Buffalo, I mean, other than that, Denver, Chicago. That's going to be the worst game of the week. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's shady.
That's going to be bad.
That's shady. Don't they play in London?
Baltimore at Cleveland.
Don't they play in London though?
No, that's Atlanta, Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well,
Hey, they're making a
I'm not watching
cartoon
that.
version of that, by the way.
They are. Yes, they are. I'm excited about that. Not at
The
all.
cartoon version?
Damn, you had to make that face.
Cincinnati, Tennessee, L.A., Indy.
Cincinnati.
Oh, your boy,
Tennessee. Who's
Gardner
my boy?
Minshew.
No, I love me
Get
some
the
Gardner
win for
Minshew.
Indianapolis. So
Even though he did the Dan Orlovsky and
he
stepped
did.
out the
He
back
did.
of the
He
end
did.
zone.
That wasn't as bad as Orlovsky. No, who
No.
just ran along the back of the end zone.
He stepped.
He
He
just
just
stepped.
planted the throw. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
Minnesota, Carolina. Oof, terrible. Washington, Philly. Washington actually scored last week. I don't think they did.
They got blown out too.
They did. Pittsburgh and Houston. That's actually going to be a more entertaining game than we thought, considering the way Houston played.
They might blow Pittsburgh out.
You never know. It's going to be in Houston. You got Vegas and the Chargers. You got New England at Dallas. Arizona, San Francisco, Kansas City, New York. Not a great week. Not when you look at the matchups.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only week 4, guys.
We're just going to say that every single week, right?
I mean,
It's only week 4.
there's some bad games.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
Somebody go put up 80 this week.
So Crispy's looking forward to probably the only matchup that's actually worth watching, which is the Buffalo and Miami game. So
Yeah.
And that's going to be 10-3.
Yeah, you know what? A win is a win as long as Miami gets it, right?
As long as it's mine.
That's it. Any final thoughts, Crispy?
No, excited for the college football as well. You know, there's some college football. We do have hockey preseason started tonight. Excited for that. We spoke a little bit about Ryder Cup, and I know Allah doesn't talk about basketball, but Dame Lillard, trade talks. He's going to get fired up here pretty soon.
I'm curious to see where he ends up. It's got to be somewhere. Got to be somewhere. If he ends up with the Heat, then wow.
Ooh, I already told you I am going to be incredibly obnoxious.
Oh, well, we back to basketball now? Because I said
now
hockey the first time.
Now you're back. Gotcha.
I didn't know nothing about hockey. Mario Lemieux?
Final thoughts for you? You don't watch football?
I don't watch football, guys.
There it is. All right. Ryder Cup week coming up this week for those of you who are golf fans. It is a very exciting week. The competition between the United States and Europe for the Ryder Cup is always amazing. This year it's actually going to be in Rome. It's going to be in Italy, if memory serves me correctly, right? Yeah, I think it's – is that right, Crispy?
Yes.
They're in Rome? Yeah.
Yes.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
Don't watch.
Play golf.
Don't watch golf.
Don't tell people to not watch golf.
I'm sorry.
Just because you don't watch football. You probably don't watch basketball. You definitely
I
don't watch
basketball.
baseball.
I watch basketball. I don't watch baseball, though.
No. Are you only watching basketball because you think your team's going to actually be worth a damn?
Not really, but
okay.
Every year.
Every year. It's a new year until the next Nick. So that's what they're going to do.
Whoa. We're not Dak.
All right, so that's going to do it for us. We're done.
I don't watch.
Week 3. It is only week 3. Even for us, it's only week 3.
It's only week 3.
It's only week 3.
We got a list coming up.
We do. Top 5 comedians next week?
Top 5
Is that what we're doing? Make that list, Crispy.
I just finished it.
We talking stand-up, so we talking.
He's already finished it. He's already finished it. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's what she said.
I know. All right. That's a good one.
I got my homework done already.
He's already done his homework. Doesn't have to worry about it for an entire week.
That's bad.
Fantastic. All right, so really quickly, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Please check us out on all of our podcasts, all of our streaming options. Zach, please let the folks know.
The rundown should come
where
right down here currently at this point. Christian, listen, rundown, all the socials right now down this spot to the Crispy Cam, okay? Put that in post.
Cool. Anyway, as I was saying.
You can currently hear us on Spotify, Google, and then follow us on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, all of those at BallzOutsports. Show some love.
Oh, yeah.
He said all those at Balls Out, baby.
Love that. Appreciate it. Thank you for adding that in there.
These guys behind the scenes.
Yes, okay. Who do a great job and do appreciate you, single one of you.
Sometimes.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so please check us out. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Let us know, man. Give us some comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think we can do better.
You guys love me.
He
loves him some him.
He loves himself. That's for sure. At least somebody does.
My balls is hot. I love Derek Lewis, man.
Cal really is asleep, isn't he?
Yeah, knocked out too.
He's done.
My balls is hot.
Did you get a picture of him, by the way? Did you get a picture? That's Cal. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. It's going on
every week. We got a picture.
We haven't put one up yet, though. We gotta put it up. At least he's not exposed. What? All right. We just got to make sure we get his consent, but never mind. Maybe do we need his consent?
No, we don't we don't get consent at Balls Out, baby.
All right, so week 3 is in the books. Want to appreciate the fellas on the other side of the camera. We've got Christian, we've got Cal, who's in his sleeping bag. We've got Zach, and we got Coco. Appreciate your help, fellas, as we do each and every week. Check us out. Again, you heard Zach tell you, BallzOutsports. You can hear us everywhere. That's balls with a Z.
Like, subscribe, notify. Add it.
Pretty sure they already got all that.
An email chain is coming eventually.
He likes looking at himself in the
newsletters.
He likes looking at himself.
There'll be a newsletter for here, and then I'll put an email address for you guys to contact me.
You need to be. You need more love in your life, don't you?
Oh no, I got a lot of love.
I don't think you do, because you really need it from everybody else. You need to let everybody know it's all about you.
I'm just here.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, goodness. Sorry, you got me on that
one.
Got him. Dry spot. All right, we're out of here. For Crispy up in Greenville, that's Allah. I'm Jonas. See you next time.
Suck it, jabronis.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, that's good.